you miss me? Rob Fuzz here. Yes, it's the all-new Rob Fuzz podcast. Welcome. How is everybody doing today? We've got some great people with us today, both in the chat and on the stream. We've got this person. Press the button, Rob. There we go. We've got, who have we got? Nobody. Okay, so it's just me today. And we've also got this man. Adam's Land is here. Over there. Oh, he's gone again. Never mind. People come and go on the Rob Fuzz podcast, and that's absolutely fine. Rob Fuzz is here, over there. Adam is down there somewhere. Hi, guys. How's everybody doing?
What's up? I gotta put this guy up here. I'm used to him up there. What's going on? We got the great Marco. We got Adam's Land. Got Rob Fuzz here. What's going
on? As Marco said at the top, the new pubcast. Yeah,
pubcast, yeah.
Pubcast, I like that. So yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. It is Friday. It is 4:00. It is possibly the worst time to stream in the world, but this is when we do it. We got the great Marco. We got Adam. We got Marco back. We're gonna get to everything. I'm so excited. Oh, by the way, like I've been messing around here. We got some cool stuff here. So now I have in my thing. We have the Rob Fuzz horn right here. Woo! And then I got a new horn. I don't know if you guys heard.
That's in stereo. Oh,
you hear that stereo?
It's in stereo. Whoa. That's amazing. Wow, my mind's blown.
So added the sound effects in. If you're listening to our podcast, welcome to the podcast as well. So we do live streams on my YouTube channel, Rob Fuzz, ROBFUZ. And last week we kind of came up. Well, I came up with the epiphanies. It's a big word. I'm sorry, guys. Let's put Pub Talk on. It's a lot of P words on a podcast.
Yeah, well, we've talked about this for a long time, haven't we? We have said, like, you know, it'd be great to make it into a podcast, and I'm very, very aware for anyone that is listening on a podcast and not watching on a live stream that the first minute of craziness was, was for the visual audience, because
it doesn't really work for audio. This doesn't work for the audio people either. And for people, I am pointing. I'll have to do audio descriptions. We go, so everyone listening, I'm pointing at a Rob Fuzz wig.
Yeah, Marco is wearing a wig that looks nothing like my hair, but he is portraying Rob Fuzz. So
it's a Beatles wig. It's a Beatles wig.
Yes, it's a Beatles wig, which is awesome. So, but I'm supposed to do the audio interpretation. Is that good words there? So, but yeah, I'm excited. Like, so here's the deal. Like Adam said, we've been talking about it. Literally, we celebrated our 5-year anniversary. Marco, I apologize. I said to Marco off stream, I'm like, I have no clue why Marco's busy with his daughter and stuff, and he just kind of stepped away a little bit. But Marco's back. I'm like, he's always welcome. Dan's always welcome. Of course, Brandon couldn't make it today, unfortunately. But yeah, it's the guys. You know, I apologize for not having you on, Marco. It's
That's okay. It's good to be back.
So yeah, I'm a little premature. I want to upload everything first to the podcast. So we're 83 episodes, I think this is 84 episodes, 80 something episodes. So
83, I believe.
83, yeah. And this is I'm halfway done uploading all the past podcasts, the Pub Talk live streams to the podcast server. It's complicated, but yeah, we are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, Amazon has it. Marco, we were talking before, like even YouTube has like a podcast thing. I think we've been on that, and then I'm on Amazon, and yeah, I think there's a bunch of different stuff. So
all the places that you can get your podcast. In fact, I'm going to check I use a podcast app, and I'm going to see if it's on there.
See if we're on there.
What's the app called? I'll tell you.
It's called Podcast Addict.
Oh. So, but usually they pull from Apple. They pull from all the different stuff. But let's see. I'm gonna go to the pot. I'm gonna pull up. That's what we look like in Apple Podcasts. Look at that. So open bar, talking about movies and more. This is, and I go in there. So like you said, visually, I said, you know what? Let's do. Let's put the episodes in, and for every episode on the podcast, I have the YouTube episode linked in there for each one too, which I think is kind of cool. So
yeah,
if you here's the podcast, that's the front page.
Nice.
So for Apple Podcasts. So, but if you want to watch the visual, the YouTube link's going to be right there, which is kind of cool. So, yeah. But this is where it leads back. So okay, so I was telling Marco, it's a real pain to download all these apps. Like I have most of them, I think, saved, but what I'm doing is I'm going down, downloading them from YouTube, converting them to MP3 as an audio file, putting them up. But oh my God, what a blast I'm having just downloading them all, seeing everything. And like I said, I'm about halfway around 39, 40 in that range and everything. And that's when Marco was first on. And we celebrated 100,000 subscribers with Resort TV One. It was awesome. It was right around that time. But I think you were on the week before. And Marco's like, yeah, I'm the great Marco. I'm a mod from Resort TV One. Like he's like this shy, timid guy. He's not saying much and everything. And then
I don't think I could get a word in. Loads of people on, I think, that day. I was just kind of sat here in the background going, "Can I speak now?"
yeah, it was crazy. We had a bunch of people on and everything. I think Carlos was on, Pete McDevitt was on. We had just a bunch. We even had Josh on. It was awesome. Josh was in the park. He's like, "Well, look at this." He turns it around. It's like the raceway. There's no one in the Magic Kingdom. And I looked. It was like a July date. I'm like, why is there no one in Magic Kingdom? And Ab's like, man, I wish I was there. It was, it was really cool. But anyway,
I always wish I was there.
Yes, I do like the hands up and the horns and everything. I think we just got used to it after the 5 years. But like, I think early on, you guys were just mocking me, like Brandon, Adam, and Dan. Like every time I did it was cracking up. And then Marco came on, and Marco started doing I'm Rob Fuzz, whatever. And like he only did it for like a second, and it was funny, right? So
it was great, and it was great to see how that's taken off and people doing that on the parks. And there was that thing about which ride is it where if you do the Rob Fuzz, then you don't get a photo. Do you remember all that? And
I think it's all of them, yeah.
All of them, yeah. If you do a Rob Fuzz on any of the rides that take a photo, the photo doesn't come out.
Yeah, Jim from More Sunshine, Please. Whenever I come on his stream, he plays my horns, which is awesome. And he, like, one day he went to the parks and he has the photo pass, and he always did like the Rob Fuzz, and like they banned it. Like the Rob Fuzz was banned. It was great. But so then, like the next week, Marco does it again, and like maybe it's like a minute or so, like maybe 30 seconds. Like he did it a little longer. Then the next week, and the progression of Marco doing me in the beginning, Rob Fuzz, it's hilarious. You got to go back and watch. It's so
I remember that intro. I did an intro once where I think it was for Halloween, and I did the ghost host. Rob Fuzz.
Ghost host
Do you
was
remember
amazing. Oh yeah. I was watching that one too.
Nice,
That's on the podcast too.
It had smoke, and I was translucent and cool lighting.
You were a ghost. It was
which again
awesome.
won't really work for a podcast, but go and watch it.
So funny. So
that's good. That's the thing. I was just thinking, like when you were talking about, like the episode when Marco first came on, and you think back to some of like our Halloween ones and things like that, and we had so many people join in. Like we've done open bars, which on YouTube, like I say, visually, anyone that's watching along live or watching the catch up, they get to see everyone that was on the stream. They get to see everyone's faces. They get to see when people appear all of a sudden, and it does make me wonder how that's going to translate to a podcast or a podcast. So it will be interesting to see how that how that comes along, because I'll listen back to a few of them. Like,
and I'll tell you, like I told the guys in the stream, what's going on? We got Walt Mouse Talk, Walt, Melissa. What's going on? The good old teacher live stream from home. I miss those days. I still do live streams from home. Too funny. But yeah, we used to have like Google Hangouts, and it always flashed Google Hangouts first, and then you did the episode, which was really funny. I think one week we had a record to see how many people we could do on the stream. That was hilarious too. And that we had Carlos on there, and then the next week Carlos had like a heart attack, and Carlos like calls in from the hospital bed.
I remember. Yeah,
it is crazy. You got to go watch back. And to answer your question, okay, a lot of people, like even Grace was saying, like it's very visual and everything, but like it's still entertaining as a podcast. Like I started listening to it again. It was like, it's history. Like our history it's just incredible how far we've come and everything. So
the thing that makes the thing that kind of gives me confidence that this can work and translate as a podcast as well to that medium is we sometimes get people that will just drop a comment on YouTube that will say, sorry guys, I'm not actively watching because I'm working or because I'm driving or whatever, but they will, but I'm listening along. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, ninja watching or listening or whatever, so, it does work on an audio level as well.
Yeah.
Yes, there will always certainly be things, that, maybe the audio listener won't quite get, because there will of course be visual references. That's the same with anything, like if you put a TV show on, you can listen to a TV show in the background maybe while you're cooking dinner or something like that, but there'll always be something that you're like, oh, what happened, I didn't see it, but you can always listen to things and kind of follow things along. So Yeah, we'll try to be mindful of, now that this is becoming a podcast or a pubcast, we will always try and be mindful of the audio listener as well. So apologies if anything doesn't translate in this episode or any future episodes. We will obviously try to keep you guys in mind.
Yeah.
And like I said, though, like we're going to stream it still, like always on YouTube. And, like the link's going to be right there. Say like, oh my God, I got to see what Adam wore, or I got to see what like a costume is, or I got to see the Beatles wig with Marco on it, be interesting. So I told Adam to put his volume up a little. So
he needs to put his mic. You need to put your microphone down a little bit as well. It's looking like you've got a great big beard.
There we go.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Cool.
Yeah, Marco's just a little bit higher than me. I'm really loud. I don't know if you guys, whatever. So we're getting it down. So Adam has, and like you got to see Adam's lights, and he's got a brand new microphone too, though. So he has a great system over there. I'm really excited.
New lights, yeah. So I'm just kind of playing around with them at the minute. Obviously, I've kind of gone with a bit of a purple background at the minute, and it does kind of mean, even despite whatever color lights I've got facing me, it kind of gives me a bit of a green washout. I'm not going full Halloween just yet, but it's something that I'm going to have to play around with a bit. I could always go blue in the background and see what happens.
We were playing with this beforehand. I am your ghost host.
A pink background, a purple background. What else have we got? A green.
This will be working really well on the podcast.
So yes, again, yes, yeah. I've just said stripe for you guys, and then gone straight for the visuals. So
it's fine.
Yeah,
we're working out the tweaks, guys. We got to transition over to a podcast. So yeah, just too funny. So Marco, how you been? How's your daughter? How's the family doing? How's everyone doing over there?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, so my daughter is now 2.5 years
52.
Old.
She
52.
2.5 years old. That's
2.5. She's so tall, and she's
crazy.
Talking quite fluently now. We can have conversations with her, and it's great. So yeah, she's happy and living life. My wife's doing well, and I'm doing well, and it's kind of coming into fireworks season now, so I'm quite busy with all that. So yeah, things are good. Yeah,
so you're still posting. Check out the great Marco. He has a lot of great fireworks streams. And
yeah, I've been putting out quite a lot of content recently as well. So I'm getting quite close to being monetized as well.
Oh, cool. What are we at? Where are we at?
We're about 300 hours away.
Okay, so yeah, guys,
it's close. Cool. Before the end of the year, it'll happen.
If you new podcasters, please go over the great Marco on YouTube and just play his videos. Let's get him there. But it's changed though. Is that with the new standards or?
That's with the new one, because of course they've got this lower level now. They've got
the
3,000 watch hours, and they've got the 4,000 watch hours. So I have the subscribers. I'm just not quite close to the. But hey, do you know what? I'm not doing it to be monetized. So if I don't get monetized anytime soon, I'm certainly not going to lose any sleep over it. I'm just doing it for fun, and I'm doing it.
No, like how many you had, like for New Year's or one of your live streams? You had a lot of viewers. I forget.
Oh yeah, one of my bonfire night live streams. I had about 400 and something live views concurrently.
Nice.
And that stream's had about
12,000
views since then. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So it's going well.
All right, what are we drinking, Adam? Come on, how do we? It's a pub. It's a pub talk.
It's the pub. So yes.
Wait. Time out. Hold on a sec, Adam. I'm going to give you the floor for our new podcast listeners. Go ahead, explain pub talk. Explain the history, in a slight or like the origin of pub talk, and then tell us what you're drinking too. So.
Okay, so the origin of pub talk. I mean, as Rob said at the earlier on, this started out as a Google Hangout when YouTube used to allow you to stream via Google Hangouts, and a bunch of us got together. We did a hangout. I can't remember what it was all about, but a bunch of us got together and hung out, and we were all having a drink. I think it was the weekend, and it went down really well. And that wasn't pub talk. That was just a hangout. Yeah, I'm trying to play around with the audio at the same time, guys. So
it's gone very deep there, Adam.
It's gone very deep.
Oh, there, it's gone very tinny. Go back to deep. Wow. The deep sounded good.
The deep. You throw me off.
Sorry.
Now I need to kind of listen to it back and try and hear what's going on at the same time. Yeah, so it was a hangout where we all had a few drinks, streamed, had a bit of a laugh, and I kind of said afterwards, I said that was good fun. We should maybe look to do this as a regular thing. regular. We've never done it regularly. But that's why we're only 83 episodes in after 5 years. But no, I kind of said it'd be a good, fun, regular thing if we all just hung out, had a beer, maybe after work on a Friday or over the weekend or whatever, and just chatted about whatever we chat about. Like a bunch of guys that go and hang out in a pub after a week. They just kind of just discuss whatever it is they want to talk about, and yeah, just have a bit of fun, have a laugh together. So yeah, thus Pub Talk was born. I think we came up with the name there and then, and our first Pub Talk stream was maybe a few days later. And yeah, obviously when Google Meets stopped doing the live streaming, we came over to StreamYard, and we were still able to do it with bringing more friends, as Rob said. And yeah, here we are 5 years later, still hanging out, still having a drink for anyone who wants to. Sometimes people in the chat might have a drink as well. Sometimes we get guests on who will have a few drinks with us. Sometimes I've made cocktails for everyone in my bar. Not that anyone was there to drink them, so I proceeded to get quite drunk on the streams and on yeah, just good fun hanging out, and it's the idea is it's like a bunch of friends, not just us here who've got the microphones and who are on camera, whatever. People in the chat as well. Just hanging out with our friends, having a few drinks, letting our hair down if you've got hair.
I've got plenty of hair.
Yeah, just letting our hair down, and just blowing off the cobwebs and having a good time for the weekend. And yeah, the good thing about a podcast is always going to be in the same place. On YouTube, it's sometimes alternate. We change pubs, and I'm saying this in inverted commas. Quite often it's in Rob's channel. Sometimes it's in my channel. And, we might talk about different things, whether it's Disney, because we've all got a mutual love of that, whether it's the Oscars, because we're all big film fans, or whether it's just hanging out and having a few drinks for someone's birthday or whatever else, comes up that we want to talk about. So yeah, as you're listening through any of the podcasts, you'll probably have known that. And yeah, welcome to the pub. Cheers, guys. I've got a cider in my hand.
Here we go. I have Coors Light again, but what do you got, Marco?
I'm on juice in my Disney mug here, which doesn't really work on a podcast, but I'm holding a Disney mug here, and it's got my apple and blackcurrant is the juice du jour in my Disney mug.
As much as I love those mugs, they don't hold much. That's why I never really drink from them.
No, that's true. So. That's true.
I'm always going back to the resort and getting some more drinks. So that was an amazing explanation. Thank you, Adam. So it's just funny because I was telling Dan, I invited Dan to come on, and I said we had like those early shows are just so amazing, and you guys are so talented. You know what I mean? Like Brandon was like a little kid. Like I remember Mike from Our Theme Life was saying he looks like a schoolboy had to get his mom's permission or something. He did. It was funny. So
after church,
that was it. After church, this is so funny. And to see Brandon grow up, he's married. Adam's getting married. Dan just got married.
Yeah.
So much have changed. Mike and Jen had another kid. I've gone through a lot in my life too. Marco had a kid too on the thing. So it's over 5 years. It was over COVID. Even Ray from Diz Tales is saying, Brandon looks so young. Yeah, like it's got her through a lot of stuff. Thank you so much, Ray. But yeah, it's just really cool that like even as look again like visually, some of the show you definitely need to look at. And like I said, I have the links for each YouTube episode too. But by the way, I just got notice on my phone 4 new episodes of Pub Talk. So I'm pumping them out. I did about 40 of them so far. There's 83 episodes, so we're getting there. So I want to update it, and then this episode will probably be on by like Monday. Hopefully I'll get everything up by Monday because I want the old archive on there and everything. And it's just so much fun. Even Steve from Steve's World, I think it was literally the first time he was ever on like a stream was like because he was really shy. He would do like videos with Legos and not be on camera, everything. And I was listening to the podcast. I'm like, oh, Steve, thanks for coming on. And like now Steve's like, forget it. You can't turn on YouTube without seeing Steve. So he does a live stream, one of my partner channels every Monday, 6:00. So Steve's World. But yeah, it was just great seeing Steve. We had all that, the whole crew. just I think we had one day we had like 40 people honors line out. We're just going nuts doing it. Just was so much fun seeing like all the different guest people we had and everything. Even in that first stream we did, we talked about this the other day, the anniversary. Like super enthused Jackie was there. She's like, "Oh, this is great. I want to have a drink too." So, Jackie, we've never had you on. You need to come on, Jackie.
Said, we need to get Jackie on actually. So. Because Jackie did say one day she's going to join us on Pub Talk. So we need to reach out to Jackie and just say, "Hey, how about it?"
And I met Jackie too in Universal last year.
Jackie's doing some great stuff with Sam at the minute as well. They've got their own podcast, as well as obviously their respective YouTube channels. But yeah, it would be great to get Jackie and a few other people from the community on with us as well at some point. So get some people in the pub.
Yeah.
And my Rob Fuzz Hangout, that's a podcast as well too. If you guys want to add to that there too, like sometimes when I don't do Pub Talk, I do like a hangout. I think that's where we did a lot. We had a lot of people in there too, so it's been fun doing that too. And I only have about 50 of those episodes as well, so there's a lot less there. We actually did a hangout last week, Marco. Not even last week. It was this week. It was Monday, right, Adam? So on the Rob Fuzz hangout, we did. There was a bear loose in the Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah, I heard
that. Yeah. So we could do an update on that too. I wanted to talk about that. It wound up that a couple people were reporting that a couple of employees leaked it out to their friends and everything that there was a bear loose in the caves of Tom Sawyer Island, which is crazy. So I think they don't ever want to release that or make that official, but we looked it up. The bear that's indigenous, there's a big word, indigenous to Florida is the black bear.
The Florida black bear, yeah.
Yeah. And I looked them up. They could swim really well. So I could imagine they're doing the run through in the parks. They're going through the caves. I guess in the past they had wild animals. It was just never released. You know what I mean? Like maybe they had alligators, maybe they had bears. I don't know, but this was the first time you're literally going the map. That whole left side of the park was closed, like Pirates, Big Thunder, Haunted Mansion, like that whole area there, Presidents, the Country Bears, ironically, was closed. So, but yeah, you could see like they closed half the park, which was crazy. So piecing it together, we kind of went live. We kind of pieced it together. We actually found out it was a black bear. It was quote unquote, they said it was in a tree. So I believe it was in the cave. And the thing they're supposed to just let them go. You're not supposed to like confront a bear or anything like that. You just kind of let them, right, Adam? Is that what you heard too, or about bears? Or
I mean, obviously we were getting the information from where was it now? It was on
a couple different sources, but
yeah, there was a couple of different sources. But who was it they were using? Was it the FWC or something like that? I can't remember.
Yeah.
They were saying obviously don't ever approach a bear. Just let the experts kind of do it. And they had a team specific for handling bears and these situations. So yeah, it was great that they managed to deal with it so quick. Actually, like it was dealt with in 2-3 hours, which I think is really
I think by noon.
Considering you've
gone.
got a big animal, in this park, that's something that you don't want humans to have to to come into contact with, and and they managed to deal with it and allow the guests to continue using the park and carry on their day. So yeah,
it wasn't a very big bear. It seemed like it was like, if I would guess, medium to small kind of bear. But like I'm gonna put on the line. It was in the cave. They were kind of like waiting for them to go, and I think it got nervous. It bolted, and then like one of the news channels down in Florida had aerial footage of them. Like I guess after they tranquilized the bear, like what are you gonna do? How are you gonna catch a bear? Yeah. So they had it like in like a sheet, like how you would explain it, like in a sheet. And they were literally right behind Haunted Mansion. And then they walked out like to the left towards Tom Sawyer Island. I don't know. Maybe they had a truck there that they put him in, whatever. But they put him in there. And then the next day, so they captured, they let the park open and everything. So then the next day, they had footage of them. They brought it to a preserve or something. Like, is that what the outcome was, Adam? Do you remember what the outcome was? They brought it like miles away from Disney. And
I didn't hear any updates after that.
Yeah, that's what it is. So they had footage of the truck. And me and John were laughing because I was playing it for, or me and Nick or one of my sons were laughing because they just had a truck. They had like a camera. And it was like pitch black. And you hear like, go bear, go, 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 bear, go. Like I swear this guy in the southern accent and the bear jumps out like, and it like runs away. I wish I could find the footage, but the guy going, "Go bear, go, 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 go!" Like was I gotta find it. If you're watching or someone found the link for that video, it's funny. And again, it was a black bear. It was kind of small, but like I don't know, they got these guys from that went and released this black bear, but it was pretty funny. So I don't know. So yeah, So basically, I just want to do it. We do open bar. We talk about topics in the chat. We could, like Adam said, he's described the show / podcast, different thing. We got John SurfBum. Welcome to the show. And it reminds me too. Thank you so much. I have channel members to my YouTube page. Thank you guys so much for being channel members. I just got a new member the other day. Let me announce the new member. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me see if I could find him. So. I think it was Chris's Adventures. Thank you for being a member. If you guys want to join early access to my videos, then you can support the channel, which is awesome. We lost Adam. He'll be right back. See, the podcasters didn't see it. At home, Adam from Adam's World just dropped out of the stream. We're not sure.
Adam's World. He's been upgraded from Adam's Land, has he now?
Adam's Land, Adam's World. See, that's another thing too. Marco doesn't let me get away with anything. So let's catch him up. So here we go. SurfBum. He's been a member for 28 months. Thank you so much, John SurfBum. You're awesome. Jeanette, another great member on my channel. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. And I wanted to talk about my sponsors on my YouTube channel. We have Dinners with Donna. We got Diz Tales, and we got D&G Explorers. All those links are in my YouTube channel. You could go check out those channels. Adam's back. How you doing, Adam?
He's back. He's down here
sorry.
now.
I dropped out deliberately because I'm just playing around with my microphone to see if I can get it.
It does sound better now, so that's good. So thanks for people on the podcast. Thank you so much for standing by to get Adam's microphone up to 100. Oh, I could do stereo too. I could talk like this. So Adam's 100% on the microphone. So.
Yeah. So yeah, we're working on the technicalities while streaming at the same time. Who says guys cannot multitask? I can work on technicalities while trying to talk about a bear and trying to have a drink all at the same time.
I love that.
Wow. It's like my week has just not stopped.
Too funny. So, but yeah, we did the anniversary show a couple weeks ago. So, hey, did you guys see? There's a cool Disney short coming up for the Disney 100th anniversary. Did you guys see that? And I think they're really proud of it because they're advertising the heck out of it. Mainly today too, they started showing it. Did you guys see this at all? Did you hear about this?
No.
It is called Disney Once Upon a Studio, and I thought it was just going to be on Disney Plus, but no, it's going to be on. It's going to be on ABC. That's going to be the premiere. Here's the poster for it right there. We'll knock out Marco, no problem. There it is. They got Frozen and Moana.
You can't get rid of me that easily. Oh, we should just explain for people listening.
On the podcast, I put the poster up for Once Upon a Studio, and it's blocking Marco's view.
I kind of need to be like this way.
There you go. There's a tiny little sliver, and he's peeking through the poster. There you go. Okay. Too funny, but Mickey's on it. This actually looks like the same animators and the same animation as they did for the Mickey Mouse special, but even they got Zootopia on there. They got Stitch. They got Cheshire Cat. They got some classics. They got some retro. They got some modern Pixar people. Is there Pixar people? I guess there's not Pixar people because Zootopia is not Pixar. I always get that confused. So 100 years of Disney magic comes together. So that's the thing. It's going to be on. It's 9 minutes. I'm like, this can't be that long, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. ABC October 15th. And then it's gonna have the movie's gonna be opening for the movie Wish too. They're gonna show it before the movie Wish. So
okay.
Which I kind of thought. So Once Upon a Studio is a 2023 American live action animated fantasy comedy short. A short film written and directed by Dan Abram and Trent Corey, produced by the Disney Animation Studios and released by Walt Disney Pictures. In the film, Bernie Matheson discovers Disney characters are coming to life from pictures hanging in the studio building. So I think that's the same guy.
Wow.
I think that's the same guy who does the Disney like animation. I think. So, and
So
apparently,
you said it's a live action animation.
I think it's a mix. Yeah, and he actually just passed away February 27, 2023. That's a shame. So, because it's dedicated to him too. So I think he is like the. I'm just gonna look him up. I don't recognize him. I looked up his image. So. But I think he is a American animator, director, and producer, story artist for Disney Animation Studios from '53 till his death in 2023. He was part of the Legends program in 2008. So I don't really know him that well, which is weird because you'd think I'd know him, but he is in the clip. I think it's a mixture of live action and animation. So it looks really cool. So.
Yeah.
And realize it's going to be before Wish too, which Wish looks awesome. Between that and Wish, the Disney 100 celebration is coming up. I think we got to do a live stream for that, guys. I think it is October. Yeah. I think it is October 15th is the actual day of the day Disney Studios started 100 years ago. So it's pretty funny. It's kind of funny that Disney kind of has a couple Disney 100 celebrations, like when Walt Disney was going to be 100. They celebrated that with a 100-year anniversary. The 100 years of the studios. So, but it's cool. Just another excuse to have a celebration. So,
yeah,
I like it. So, I don't know. Marco's like, I don't know much Disney lately. So, I don't know. What's going on, Marco?
I'm not losing interest at all. I just obviously life kind of gets in the way when you've got a 2.5-year-old daughter running around who's actually just. I'd love to get her into Disney, but she's just not got the attention span enough to just sit and watch something. She'll watch something for 5 minutes, then get bored. So
it won't be long. It won't.
Oh, I'm sure it won't be.
Yeah, you'll be able to get her in. Like I made sure with Ebony when she was young, I made sure that I got her into Disney early. Yeah. Like when she was at her mum's, they watched a lot of BBC, so CBeebies, for which is like the kids BBC
channel,
the kids channel. When she came to me on the weekends, it was like, right, we're not watching that BBC stuff all week. We're watching the Disney Channel, So I always made sure that she was getting used to these Disney characters, and that was like from the age of maybe 3 onwards, kind of thing. Yeah. I made sure she was watching it and she was into it. And so by the time she was 5, she was excited to go and meet these princesses, meet the Disney characters, a Disney fan was born. So
that's awesome. Yeah. Samantha Lowe in the house. I think Samantha's being ninja, but it ratted you out. You're a member for my channel, 29 months. Thank you so much, Samantha Lowe. Definitely check out her channel. She has an amazing channel. She does a lot of live streams from the park, a lot of concert stuffs. Her channel is a lot of fun. So a lot of Samantha does a lot of cool stuff where like, I wish I was there like to see like, like Daughtry there or like an artist there, or she loves music and bands and everything. So if you like that and you want to be like, just, you don't want to miss out on a lot of the little Disney stuff, like the smaller, like the bands and the acts and Epcot and everything. Samantha always streams that stuff. So thank you so much, Samantha, for streaming that stuff. And thank you so much for being a member of my channel for 29 months. I appreciate
Sam says it's karaoke night tonight.
So. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Samantha and amazing friend Donna, Dinners with Donna, she does karaoke at her house, which is amazing too. And they show that too. And it's another cool thing too. Donna, like they'll show like a lot of the Disney channels and stuff, the Disney YouTube channels that's in our circle of different friends and everything. They do a karaoke night, which is kind of cool. So.
I mean, that's interesting because karaoke is, of course, a good, sort of staple of the pub world as well. Like, you can sometimes go to a pub thinking you're going for a quiet drink. You walk in and someone's butchering a song on the karaoke, so... Are
you hinting that maybe we should do some karaoke in pub talk?
Well, I mean, it's been a while since I've warmed up the pipes and belted out, Sweet Caroline or or anything like that, but I know Rob's partial to singing the song, so maybe we could get Rob to serenade us on a karaoke sometime. But yeah,
I'm going to reveal something on Pub Talk. I don't know if I ever talked about this or not, but
exclusive reveal. Go on.
look at Adam. Adam turned away and is not paying attention. So we're going to wait.
I'm still paying attention. Like
we're going to wait to make
multitask.
the announcement. We're going to wait.
Okay, exclusive announcement. Here we go.
I was in a boy band, and the boy band. So you got his attention. He turned around. So I'm gonna tell the story when Adam's done talking to Kimmy.
I'm still listening. You were in a boy band. You were in a boy band. Yeah,
and the boy band's name is Chip and Chunk. So we are a Bon Jovi
Chunk.
Chip and Chunk. Yeah, we are a Bon Jovi cover band. Me and another chunky guy. So
were you Chip or were you Chunk?
You would think I was Chunk. I don't know. I was either Chip or Chunk. We're not sure. That's the mystery of the band. So I could be Chip. I could be Chunk. I don't know. So, but yeah, I've done a couple Bon Jovi.
Was your boy band just you? Were you both of them?
Did you just imagine this? Did this actually happen?
Oh, it happened. Oh yeah, we're big in Ireland. I don't know if you guys know that. We are. So.
Amazing.
We had a Bon Jovi party, and I said, "I'll do karaoke as long as it don't wind up on YouTube." So I think someone actually videotaped it. Didn't put it on YouTube, but she sent it to me. So I got to find the footage of Chip and Chunk. So, I don't know. Adam was in a boy band too. Oh, by the way, I called your channel Adam's World. By the way, so
I heard it. I still had when I dropped out. I still had the YouTube stream on because I only dropped out so I could unplug my microphone and plug it, take it out of my laptop and plug it into my dock just to see if it made any difference. So
Lawrence in the house, welcome, Lawrence. Yeah, I got to find the footage. I got to find Chip and Chunk. So maybe for a future episode, but yeah, maybe, I don't know. Samantha, maybe we could talk about maybe a pub talk, maybe eavesdropping in on one of the karaoke nights. I don't know. The karaoke nights are legendary. I've seen them. They're awesome. So definitely check it out. So Sam says hi to Marco. Marco, it's good to see you, man. We miss you so much.
Yeah, it's nice to be back.
And I told Dan.
Nice to be invited back.
Yeah, you're always invited. I'm putting it out there, so I apologize. So Emily, LSU mom, welcome to the stream.
Hi, Emily.
What's going on?
Hey,
I miss
Emily.
Emily. I miss a lot of people. So, but another thing is I always put Adam's World on the spot here. So Adam's Land's too California. I want to make him. I want to make him Adam's World. Adam's World. Who's in the chat?
You know, when I called myself Adam's Land, I was very much like. I'm a Disney World person, not a Disneyland person, and so I was kind of like, maybe I should go Adam's World, but then I thought, well, actually, like, Adam's Land wasn't just about the Disney stuff; it's also about my movie thing, and Hollywood was always Hollywood Land originally, like the old the famous Hollywood sign was, of course, Hollywood Land, which is why I use the Hollywood sign font for my my channel for my logo and stuff. So it's not just about the Disney, which is why it's Adam's Land and not Adam's World. So I did kind of contemplate the Adam's World thing originally, and then I was like, no, I don't want it to just be about Disney because I'm not there often enough. Like, I live in the UK, so and it's an expensive trip. So yeah, I wanted it to be more about what goes on in my life, and obviously movies is a big part of that. So yeah, so that's where that came in. But were you asking me who is in the chat? Is that what you were asking me?
Yeah, that's another feature we do. We haven't done that. I wanted some more people to come in.
So who is in the chat? Which obviously this, for the benefit of anyone listening back to the podcast, this is the people in the live YouTube chat. We do have Diz Tales, the artist formerly known as Disney Circus Girl Ray. We do have Grace, all of the Graces, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, and K, and L, and M, and N, and so on.
Wow, there's been more Graces than since I was last here.
And Marco came up with that, by the way.
Yeah.
It stuck. So.
Well, when I was last here, there was only 5.
All of the Grace. There is some guy called Adam's Land. I don't know who that guy is. And also some geezer named the Great Marco. And then there's Tiki Man fan. Yeah, geezer. that's like a London thing, which neither of us So we've got Mouse Talk, which is Walt and Melissa. Welcome in, guys. We've got Noah from Noah's Adventures. Who else do we have? We have, I did say Tiki Man fan, didn't I? We've got SurfBum John. Welcome in, John. We've got SebastianTheCrab. And we've got Sam Lowe. We've just been talking about Sam for a moment. And we've also got We've also got Emily, LSU mom, Emily. She is also in the chat. And the Dispod, Lawrence Wilson. Welcome in, Lawrence. So I think I've covered everyone at the moment. So welcome in, guys. Welcome to the pub. Happy Friday. And I've just topped up my drink thanks to Kim bringing me another one. So
he was doing an order, by the way. So I didn't even realize that. So cheers,
like I
everyone.
say, a man who can multitask but get his priorities straight.
It was funny. It was funny too. As I'm going through the shows and everything, I'm doing screen captures, and I sent him to Adam, like, Adam never disappoints, and he's like, "That's damn right, I never disappoint." He might have said something worse, but yeah, it was
no. I said damn straight. So
damn straight. Here we go.
Yeah.
Marco, I don't know if you saw last week. He had a glass like this big. Like if Rob's
Really?
making
Wow.
a very
I had a
large
Stein.
glass.
I had a liter Stein, so yeah.
Wow.
So
Too funny.
Well, actually, I say wow, but then you drunk from a keg before.
That is true.
I have drank a 5-liter keg on the stream before now. So yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
I love in the intro. You're drinking from the keg, and the last drop comes out, and you go talk, and then another drop comes out on you. I don't know if you saw that or not, but the intro is classic. So.
Well, the people on the podcast want to see it.
Right. For a little intro for the podcast people too. Sorry, I shouldn't cough on the podcast people. Sorry, but Adam, we do the Academy Awards, and like you said, a lot of them are on my channel. A lot of them are, mainly the Academy Award stuff is on Adam's World, Adam's Land. I'm elevating you to Adam's World. I like it, but Adam is. How many victories have you had? What is your record? And for winning the Academy Award pool, we do Academy Award pool every year. So
we've done that for 5. Is it 5 Oscars now? We've done it.
I would guess, yeah.
Yeah. So yes, it is. This year was the 5th Oscars that we've done that for. So we've done it 2020, 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23, and of the 5, I've won 4 of those so far. So I've got 4 Oscars, statues, 4 pub talk. And then the one that I didn't win was co-won by Grace and Kim. They both outguessed me, and yeah, that was a really close run. That was a really close run one that year. A lot of them are quite close run actually. But yeah, Grace says Adam 912 wins, everyone else 2. So
that's awesome. That's so funny. But you got to know that Adam is a filmmaker. He's by trade, he has as part of his life, he makes movies, which is awesome. He has a movie coming out soon, which hopefully he can talk about soon.
Yeah.
But he watches, and this is another thing I picked up too, and I was kind of laughing too. So just as I'm thinking about stuff I was listening to, and I'm gonna keep listening to these shows, and we're gonna bring it up on the next episode too, because I've been having a real kick. But I was pissed at Adam because, like, say there was like 65 movies that year. He only watched quote unquote only watched like 58 of them, and I was upset that he didn't watch the other 5 or whatever. So, and you can see the sheer exhaust look on his face. That's the thing he does. He watches every single movie, which is amazing. So, I generally watch the Best Picture movies, but Adam watches like every single movie. And like a lot of movies,
I try to watch as much as I can. Like obviously, there's some things that aren't out yet when you come to it. So there's some things that you just can't get around to watching because it's not been released yet. But everything that has been released, it's great that it's great to watch it and then you can form an honest opinion. It's one of those things that sometimes you as it rolls around to Oscars season or the award season in general, there are the favorites amongst the voters, and you can kind of sometimes see how certain categories are going to go early on in the season, and whether you agree with it or not, you just kind of get the feel, okay, this one's going to win. I'm not sure I agree that it should be Best Picture, or I'm not sure I agree that this person's going to get Best Director or whatever, but you can just sometimes see how it's going to go, but it's nice to actually see what that competition is, and form, especially as a filmmaker, form your own opinion, and but not just as a filmmaker, as people who are fans of movies as well. It's
definitely.
I for so many years I watched the Oscars, and just kind of saw certain productions scoop all the statues, and then kind of go, oh, I'll have to watch that then, but you know, since I've started challenging myself to watch as many of the nominated films as possible, some of them I've watched, and we're all guilty of this from time to time, of judging a book by its cover. And some of them I've watched because I'm gearing up for the Oscars, and it's the only reason I've watched that film. I may have never watched it otherwise, but I've found some of my most favorite films of all time doing that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So there are certain films that I probably never would have watched. I probably would have judged a book by its cover, which is a terrible thing to do, really. Yeah. But and especially as a filmmaker,
that's what I love about it.
But yeah, no, it's just it's like that thing. Like, you used to go to the cinema back in the day. You used to go to the cinema, and sometimes you didn't even know what was on. You just kind of turn up because you were bored, and you just go, I'm going to go out and watch a film. And you get to the cinema, and you'd look at all the poster boards and go, I don't know which one I'm going to watch. And you just pick one that looked the most exciting based on a poster, which is, and now it's a bit different. Now there's trailers everywhere. There's trailers online, the trailers all over the TV, marketing for movies has got much bigger. And so now you kind of have an informed decision beforehand. But when it comes to Oscars season, there's quite often a few films that I still don't even know what they're about when I go into it. And that's one of the fun things is watching something that I have no idea what this film's going to be about. And it could be 2.5, 3 hours that I think I'm never going to get back again, or it could be 2 or 3 hours of that was amazing and I'm so glad I watched it. So yeah.
Like I was going to say, to be fair, there's some movies that were god awful that you wanted those 2 hours back of your life. So.
Yeah, but there are a lot that I really like, and I think I look at movies slightly different to you, Rob, because I look at it as a filmmaker as well. And I know some of the movies you've kind of been like, I wasn't a fan of that, and I've kind of seen the brilliance and the genius of it, and I've really appreciated the fact that I've gone out to watch it. Right. And I don't always have the time to sit and watch films, because I'm working on other things myself. Sometimes you just don't get the time to sit down and watch them, and doing it this year was especially tough while I was in the middle of post-production production and doing pickups for our film and post-production. The whole thing was a major challenge for me to do it this year, but which is why I was so exhausted. But again, I was so glad I did make the time to watch those films, because sometimes you just don't have the time to watch stuff all year round, and I do love challenging myself to watch some of these things. Like I say, I've discovered some of my most favorite productions of all time as a result.
Definitely.
So yeah.
John was asking if sometimes they give Oscars due to age. What do you think of that, Adam?
I don't think
we got him started.
I don't think it's an age thing. I think it's maybe a respect thing. I mean, if it was an age thing, then John Williams would have taken his
true.
Oscar, another Oscar last year. John Williams is he the most nominated of all time now? I believe.
I think so. Yeah. It was Disney was the other one. I think
Walt Disney has the most wins for sure, and John Williams is the only contender to that crown. But I don't think, unfortunately, John Williams he's in his 90s now, so I'm not sure whether he'll ever get as many nominations as as many awards as Walt Disney got. If there was an age thing, they would have given John Williams the best score last year. It went to I can't remember who scored it, but it was for what's it called? It was the German World War I movie.
Oh
no, the German World War I movie on Netflix. Why is my mind?
I'm sure someone in the chat will post it.
Was it All Quiet on the Western Front? Yes.
All right,
All Quiet on the Western Front. Yes. And I wasn't a particularly big fan of that score.
You hated that score.
It was just really unsettling, and maybe that's why it won, because I mean, it's war. There should be nothing comfortable about that. It was war in the trenches, but yeah, it's just if you'd gone for the sentiment, then John Williams would have won that score. But I don't think I don't think his was the best score, and they probably gave it to, even though I didn't like the All Quiet on the Western Front score personally, I think it was probably more deserving. So
I don't think I ever saw that movie, and I'll be honest with you, I think it's because you told me how bad the score was. I didn't want to watch it. I don't remember watching it.
Yeah, you said you watched it. It was on Netflix, and you said you were right.
No,
I was right about the score.
I know.
Yeah.
I just see, and that's the weird thing too. Like, I could watch a movie like some of these Oscar nomination movies. I couldn't tell you a single thing about it. It's very bizarre. So that's just me getting old. So, well, John, take care. Hopefully, or I mean, Noah was going. Noah's going for pizza.
Yeah. Noah was going for pizza. Yeah.
I made Noah my head mod. Noah's awesome, so he's always there for me.
I had
So
pizza
I
last
appreciate
night.
Noah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have pizza tonight. I think. I don't know if the kids are listening upstairs, but spoiler alert: we're going for pizza. Marco, what'd you have for dinner tonight? So
I haven't actually eaten yet. I'm going to eat.
Oh my God.
Stream.
That's a trooper. Marco's a pro. Like, he's like, I can't eat before the stream. Just can't do it. Oh, so another thing too is like Rob Fuzz Hangout is a separate show. Like, people might not know about Rob Fuzz Hangout at all. So during the Hangout on Monday, we did talk about Adam is going back to Disney World. So I don't think Marco knows this too.
Oh,
so
I didn't know.
do you want to talk a little bit about that, Adam? Let's talk about your plans too. But first, before we go on, Marco, are you going back to Disney World anytime soon, or
Hope so.
daughter?
Hopefully.
No plans yet. Okay.
No firm plans. But again, it's waiting for her. I need to get her to know, like Adam was saying, she needs to get into Disney a bit more for it to be worthwhile going over. If we go over there now, she's going to know Cinderella, Figment, and that's basically.
I love that she knows Figment though. That's
she loves. Oh yeah, we've got her into Figment, but that's about it. So.
I mean, if you do manage to get out there inside the next 6 months, you will get in with Naomi will be free.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, absolutely. So it's something we think with.
Yeah. So obviously, in August of next year, in August of 2024, Kim and I will be getting married.
Yes.
So when we went to Florida last year, which was. It's just coming up to a year ago. We flew out at the end of September, just after we were the first flight out to Orlando after Hurricane Ian had blown through Florida. There was a couple of days where the flights weren't flying anymore. We were the first flight back out, from the UK at least, and yeah, it was a great holiday. Weather that I'd never experienced in Florida before, and by that I mean, for the first week while we were there, of the 2 weeks that we were there was no humidity. It was very sunny. It was beautiful weather. I think it rained in the 2 weeks that we were there. It was the least rainfall I've ever seen. It rained once, like one day of the entire 2 weeks. And I was like, this is crazy. I've never seen it like this before. But it rained once in the 2 weeks, and that was in the second week. But the first week, there was hardly any humidity. The first couple of nights, there was a bit of a breeze in the air, and like Ebony and Kim were like, I'm cold, I'm going to put on a sweater or a cardigan or something. And I was like, I've never seen anybody say they're cold in Florida before, and need to put on a jacket. Not in September, October time. Like, maybe I know maybe sort of November, December, January it can get a bit chillier, but I was still walking around in shorts and t-shirts. But I could feel that breeze, and normally it's just still and humid, it was just, I believe if you get a big hurricane blow through, it kind of pushes all the other atmosphere out for a little bit, and so the air's a bit crisper, a bit drier, a bit drier and just a bit fresher and things like that, and it was bizarre, it was baffling. But anyway, Kim and I had been talking about honeymoons, what we were going to do after we get married in 2024. We were talking about maybe going out to Japan. That was our original plan, because we both wanted to go there forever. And then we kind of talked about maybe changing that to a cruise, a Far East cruise, so we'd take in like Singapore and Vietnam.
I never heard the Japan option, by the way. That's awesome.
Yeah. So we were talking about Japan because we both said we've always wanted to go. Then we were kind of like, okay, maybe a cruise that takes in Singapore, because I'd love to see Singapore. My parents lived there when they were in the Air Force for a while. So Singapore, Hong Kong, Vietnam, stuff like that, and I thought that would be quite cool as well. And then we were watching cruise videos, And of course, the Disney cruise videos came up, and so Kim was kind of like, maybe not. Let's not rule out a Disney cruise. And I was like, okay, we can talk about that. And then we kind of got to Florida last year, and after like 4 or 5 days, Kim was like, why don't we just come back here because it's amazing? And I was like, sold. You don't need to so we have booked it now. So
Brilliant.
We were
That's
sorting out
awesome.
wedding plans the other day, and we were watching a lot of Florida vlogs, and we were kind of like, yep, let's just book it. And so we booked it.
You're marrying the right girl, Adam.
Yeah, we're going for
I approve.
19 nights we're going for. So
Nice.
So almost 3 weeks. So
That's awesome.
So
you know what's great about that though? Like you don't have to concentrate on parks. You know what I mean? Like you go out like to have a coffee with Richie and Donna or something. You can go like down to Disney Springs and like relax or do different stuff.
Do you know what's really funny is when I went last year, I think I said 2 weeks is not enough, and it's crazy, like because I know when a lot of our American friends go, they don't necessarily go for 2 weeks, and they always say people from the UK go for a long time, 2 weeks, and that's because, I mean, number one, I think if you look at the average job in the UK versus the average job in the States, I think we maybe get a bit more annual leave in our contracts and whatnot in the UK. So, and number two, if you're going to travel halfway around the world rather than staying in the same country, you're going to go for a longer time because you're going to be spending a bit more money to have that privilege, So yeah, it's not worth it only going for 1 week or for 10 days. You've got to go for 2 weeks. And even then, 2 weeks, you're still not going to get everything done you want to get done because it's not just Disney. You've got the Universal parks, you've got the water parks, you've got SeaWorld and Busch Gardens and Kennedy Space Center, and you maybe want to go to a beach, and things like that. So we were kind of talking the other day, and we were like, let's write down everything we want to do. And we did it, and we were like, we still need more days.
Oh my God. You did that too late.
Yeah. The good thing is, in January, they are getting rid of the Disney reservation thing, which means it's great because the bad thing about the Disney reservation thing after COVID was once you kind of booked your parks, you were kind of stuck to that itinerary.
Yeah.
And when you're out there for a couple of weeks or whatever, as everyone knows, even just for a few days, you do a lot of walking in the theme parks, and your feet hurt, your legs hurt, your body is physically aching in places that you didn't know existed, and it's just exhausting. And some mornings you wake up and you go, I was gonna go to Hollywood Studios today, but I just can't handle it. Yeah. So I'm gonna have a few hours by the pool, maybe go shopping or something like that. Just a bit of a more relaxing day. Maybe taking a few hours of Epcot at the end of the day if you really must do something, but probably you're just going to go to Disney Springs or something like that. And you'll go to Hollywood Studios maybe tomorrow or the day after instead. And with the reservation thing, you couldn't do that, which was really, really kind of it made the holiday just a bit more stressful, really. Knowing that you had to stick to things, otherwise you're going to miss out on things.
Stick to the schedule. Yep.
Yeah. So
do you think you might get a season pass because you're there that long, or?
No.
What? No, still not. Like I don't know. I don't know what's cheaper. So
no. Well, I mean, fortunately, and we have plenty of attraction ticket websites over here in the UK where you will get a really good deal. You get a lot for your money. I mean, like when we were activating our tickets when we got to Florida on the first day last year, which was the day that it was Epcot's 40th birthday, and we went to Animal Kingdom instead. So while all the crowds were at Epcot, and all the vloggers and the streamers were at Epcot, and the crowds were crazy because everyone's trying to get the Epcot 40th merch and all that, we had a 15-minute wait for Flight of Passage at Animal Kingdom. Awesome. So like because it was so quiet there, we walked on Everest 3 times in a row because it was a complete walk on. It was brilliant. But the cast member at the front of the park when we were activating our tickets and our magic bands and going in, she said, your tickets that you get in the UK are amazing. Like, like they said, like people in the US would be spitting feathers if they knew what you guys got for your money. Like, because it just has everything in it. It has like your memory makers and
that's awesome. And just,
it,
it's funny she said that.
it's a 14-day pass, you know, so you're just in any parks like you want over the 14 days.
And quite often you can get 14-day pass for the price of 7.
Yeah, exactly. 14 days for the price of 7.
So you pay for 7 and you get 14 days.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. And you can use it in any 14 days over 18 days, for example, you know, which is great for when we go next year for the 19 days. You know, we just have to make sure we don't do Disney on the first day, and then we can do as much Disney as we like for the rest of the trip. You know, things like that.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't need to get a season pass. Like what we normally order is they have the Orlando passport, which covers everything. It covers Disney, it covers Universal, It covers SeaWorld and Busch Gardens, it covers Gatorland. You know, it does the whole lot. You know, and it would be crazy not to take that offer up. You know, so.
That's awesome. Very cool. Well, I'm excited for you. So, when you mapped it out, like what were you missing out on? I'm just curious, sir.
No, so I think it's one of those things that when I go out there, I always like to take in Magic Kingdom at least 3 times.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, Magic Kingdom is the place where all the magic is. You know.
Yeah.
Likewise, I like to do Epcot probably at least 3 times as well. That is
awesome.
the slower, probably more adult-friendly park, you know, especially if you're going to do drinking around the world or trying the different foods and things like that. There's so many restaurants that you just want to eat and have a good meal at Epcot. But also, we're going to be there while food and wine's going on, so you want to be able to take in World Showcase and stuff like that while enjoying the stuff that, you know, the Discovery side of the park has, you know, your Spaceship Earths and your Guardians of the Galaxy and all that other stuff, you know. So Epcot, you kind of want to have a good few trips. Animal Kingdom, you know, you maybe want to go, I mean, definitely at least once, maybe twice.
Yeah.
You know, and Hollywood Studios a couple of times as well, to get everything done. But then, you know, you want to enjoy Universal a couple of times and Islands of Adventure a couple of times. You maybe want to go to Volcano Bay or Typhoon Lagoon because the water parks are always included on the tickets. You know, you maybe want to go, you know, to SeaWorld or to Busch Gardens or to Kennedy Space Center. We want to do Discovery Cove, which we've never done before.
You were saying
that. I think that's a nice honeymoon thing to do. You know, we're going to want rest days and maybe even go to a beach, you know, or 2. You know, like Clearwater and St. Petersburg, I think, are beautiful. Daytona, I went to in 1991. I've never been back, but I'd love to go to Daytona. I'd actually kind of like to go to New Smyrna, which I know is the shark attack capital of the world. But I'd like to dip my toe in the water of New Smyrna and say, I survived. I'm just going to make sure I do survive. But no, that's
awesome.
Like, yeah, there's a lot we want to do. Is basically what.
Do you think you might want to do like a behind the scenes tour too in there?
I would love to. I've done a behind the scenes tour at Universal Hollywood. I did a VIP behind the scenes tour there, and that was amazing. Wow. I've seen some of the behind the scenes tours. I know they cost a lot, and while we're paying for a wedding and a honeymoon, that, I mean, Florida doesn't get any cheaper every time you go. It's when I went in 2017, it probably cost me to take me and Ebony around £8,000, you know, to have the spends that I wanted to take with me as well. And I'm one of these people that would sooner take more money than I need, because I'd sooner have it and not need it than need it and not have it, you know. So I always over calculate on the money that we need and stuff. But
I just did the calculation. Ouch.
The
US dollars.
£8,000 was basically what we budgeted for 2017 for me and Ebony. For me and Kim this time, I'm looking at £12,000. You know, by the time you got your flights and your accommodation, which we've already booked, the car that we're hiring, but also your park tickets and the spends that we want to make sure we can have lots of nice meals, because we're celebrating a honeymoon at the end of the day. I'm not going to do everything budget. We want to have a few nice meals and things like that. So
that's nice.
Yeah, so, you know, just,
can you do the meal plan with that plan in the UK?
You used to be able to do the Disney dining plan. They took it away. They took it away for a while. I've heard it's coming back, but
I've heard it's coming back as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not something we've looked at per se, but I have heard that it's coming back. So
you're gonna do the all-you-can-drink plan too? Adam got excited.
That is.
It's not a cruise.
I live my life. I live my life by that plan.
You could have snuck a cruise there too. Are you gonna do the Halloween party one night?
We'll probably do Universal Halloween Horror Nights.
Nice. Yeah.
I don't think we'll do the Disney one because we're going with no kids, and so like Boo to You and all that is, as fun as it is, it's essentially just extended hours, maybe the odd overlay, and getting a load of sweets or candy, which I don't have a massive sweet tooth anymore, so I'm not really that interested in spending an extra couple of $100 to go to Mickey's Not So Scary.
I understand that.
It's something that we've not said we're definitely not going to do. Like, there's maybe the chance that we'll do it if we're kind of looking at the money and we kind of go, yeah, let's just book it one night and we're able to get a couple of tickets and we've got the surplus cash, then maybe we will.
Right.
But it's not something that it's not something that's on our definite bucket list for the honeymoon.
Positive, it's only for 2 though, not for 3, so or more.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, Ebony was a real good sport about it as well, because we did say next time we go back to Florida, we're not taking you, and she was like, "What?" And I said it's for the honeymoon, and she was like, "Oh, okay, I completely get it. That's fine." So she was good. Nice. So yeah,
very cool. All right, guys. Well, it's official. We got our first podcast that we know we're actually going to put this on as a podcast episode out of the way. So very cool. Of course, we got the great Marco. He's back. Marco, let's talk about your channel. Let's I'm going to pop
I mean, I'm putting out quite a lot of content.
You are, man.
I put out, I think, 3 videos today.
No, really?
Yeah. There's 3 out today. So what I've been doing, I'm kind of making a little bit of a name for myself in the firework community, and lots of retailers now are getting in touch with me and wanting me to do things with them. So no fireworks are actually made in the UK. They're all made in China. And the Chinese factories produce footage of what the fireworks are meant to look like and send it over. But then when we get the fireworks shipped over here in the UK, quite often they look quite a lot different from the Chinese footage. So all these retailers are coming to me saying, "Can you film this? Can you film that?"
Oh, that's so cool.
I've been
very cool.
A couple of days ago, I think I let off about probably nearly $1,000 worth of fireworks. I let off on Wednesday and film those. I get those on my channel and review them and get the retailers the footage as well. So yeah, no, it's great. I'm really loving it. So my channel's doing okay. So yeah, more of that kind of content coming up. A live stream coming up around Bonfire Night as well in November. So I'm planning that at the moment. Planning quite a big display in my back garden, which I'll live stream again for people. So yeah, lots happening on my channel, and there's the link there.
For the listeners at home.
Oh yeah, for the listeners.
The great Marco. Oh, it could be a 0, it could be an O. The great Marco on YouTube. So youtube.com/the great Marco. Yeah. We always joke about that on our past streams.
And that's Marco with a K as well.
That's right. Marco with a K. Rob, because Rob messaged me on Facebook earlier and I couldn't see it.
I did? Oh, I'm sorry. That's weird. I'm sorry. I know. I spell your name. That's weird. I apologize.
I'll let you off.
That's like them not letting me off that you weren't a mod on my channel at first. So too sad. Of course, we got Adam's World right here. Like people on the podcast, it's Adam's Land. Rob is joking about Adam's World. So
Adamsland Paris.
So go check it out because again, like if you want to watch us on YouTube, Adam's Land. Adam's Land hosts a bunch of the Pub Talk podcasts. I mean the Pub Talk live shows. So go check out his channel as well.
Yeah.
I stole your thunder. Sorry.
No. That's fine. You can promote me because I don't like talking about me. I've just sat and talked about me for the last 20 minutes or so. But no. I've got some stuff possibly coming up next month on my channel, so stay tuned.
A little tickler there, and plus, I'm sure you're going to vlog on your trip. Hopefully, you can.
Oh, absolutely. So that's one thing. I mean, that's one of the great things about Kim is she is so supportive of the YouTube stuff and the film stuff and everything like that. That she just, when I kind of say, I want to kind of do this, and she's like, yeah, absolutely, let's do it. And so we're looking at new cameras and stuff like that for when we go out on the honeymoon as well.
Nice.
So just a couple of things that we want to be able to do to capture everything. Of course, a lot of it will be for YouTube. Some of it will just be for our own posterity. This is like,
it's your honeymoon.
After all, it's our honeymoon. So we want to capture it and look back on it and be able to just kind of enjoy it. But yes, there will be certainly. There'll certainly be lots of vlogs and possibly even a few live streams as well. I tried live streaming when I was in Florida last year. and I don't know why, but when I watched it back, it was really pixelated and laggy footage. And I was kind of like, how does Josh get it so good? And you know, another live streamers. And you know, I'm essentially, I mean, all right, yeah, I'm using a mobile phone that is a UK mobile phone connected normally to a UK network all the time. But when I go out to the States, it does connect to, I can't remember which network it connected to. I want to say it was either Orange or Horizon. I can't remember, but yeah. Is it Horizon or Verizon?
Verizon.
Yeah, Verizon. Yeah. So it was one of those two. Yeah. And it kind of worked, but it was just not great to watch. So I want to work on that as well. See if I can, because otherwise it's kind of pointless live streaming if it's not going to have a good signal. But certainly there will be lots of vlogs. There's lots of things that we want to capture. Like I say, if we're going to go to Discovery Cove, we're definitely going to do a vlog on that. That's something you don't tend to see a lot of vlogs on. So that's something we look forward to capturing and sharing with everyone. But yeah, some of the restaurants and meals that we want to have, and just some of the experiences that we have while we're out there. Absolutely, we're gonna capture as much of it as we can and share as much of it as we can as well. There is obviously going to be the Oscars season.
Yes,
starting in January, running through till March. Or the film award season as a whole. So yeah, there will be all of that. But yeah, like I say, there's some stuff that I've kind of got bubbling away for next month as well. So yeah,
awesome.
Stay tuned.
Can't wait. I'm excited. Yeah. And hopefully we surprise you with Adam drinking around the world part 2. Should be awesome. That was a 3.5 hour stream, by the way. I was
we will definitely do drinking around the world. Now, this is the thing that I have kind of extended the invite to Rob if he's able to make it down.
We're going to see. Florida. Hopefully, I can make it.
And to Brandon and to Mike and Jen and to anyone else that's in the area. If anyone wants to do a pub talk live drinking around the world with us, that would be great fun. I just think getting a bunch of us to do a pub talk live, drinking around the world, see if everyone can keep up with the cheeky northerner from the UK.
That is awesome. All right, guys. On that note, on the cheeky northerner, good way to end it. That was awesome. So, of course, if you're listening to the podcast, if you haven't heard of me, my name is Rob Fuzz. I'm on Instagram. I am on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. My channel is all ROBFUZ. Check me out. And I've been actually, Marco, you're going to be shocked. I've been actually updating my website, robfuzz.com.
Wow.
It is not outdated. So, of course,
I'm gonna check that out right now.
Yeah. It's nothing earth shattering, but a couple pictures, a couple.
I won't bother then.
Streams. But of course, youtube.com/robfuzz. Of course, please check out my sponsor channels, DG Explorers, Dinners with Donna, Diz Tales, and thank you so much to my Rob Fuzz YouTube channel. You see, he messed me up. My channel members, because he went woo and it messed me up. So
sorry.
Thank you guys for listening on the podcast. Thank you guys for watching on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Please subscribe to the podcast. Just search for Pub Talk and Rob Fuzz Hangout. Subscribe to those 2 Pub Talks and take us as you go. Maybe you didn't get to watch us on YouTube, or go back and listen to all the fun episodes. I've been having a blast. They really are fun. So I just want to thank Adam, Dan, Brandon, Marco, everyone who has ever been on the channel for Pub Talk, anyone's been on my 2 shows and everything. Thank you guys so much. A great 5 years for both. What a blast. It's just streaming. I've been streaming for 5 years now. So much fun. So thank you guys so much. And cheers, guys. Another great Pub Talk. Thank you so much. Marco, good to have you back. Hopefully,
nice
Rob Fuzz, Marco will be back. And cheers, guys. Have a great weekend, and we will see you guys soon.
Cheers.
Thank you, guys. Cheers. Can you, Rob Fuzz, lead us out of here? Where's the wig? We forgot to do a scavenger hunt with Marco. We're going to have to get
gutted.
We're going to have to do that.
So now you have 12 seconds to find.
Go on, give me 3 things. I'll see if I've got
a wig, pencil, and mouse. There you go.
Oh, that's I have too easy. He's going to have a pencil and a mouse on his desk.
Not within arm's reach.
That's why I gave it to him.
Within arm's reach, I'll show you. I've got some I've got some bright orange tape. I've got some cable ties. I've got a Christmas hat.
I mean, that's ironic because that was the 3 things I was going to give you. Specifically.
I've got some black foam things. I don't know what they're for. What else have I got within arm's reach? Let's have a little swivel round here.
So for the audio listener, whenever Marco is on the stream with us, we try to set him the most ridiculous, obscure challenges to go on a scavenger hunt.
Which are really going to work well on the podcast, aren't they?
And find things because his house is apparently a grotto of mystery that just has all these things lying around. I don't know if Marco lives in or above a shop that just sells everything in the world, but he manages to find pretty much anything we ask for. So we try and make it more and more obscure all the time, and he still manages to succeed.
I still got this prop as well. Do you remember this prop?
Nice.
How do you even have that still?
I just found it on the floor.
I'm not even going to translate that for the podcast. All right,
go on, Rob. Go on, Rob. Audio description for the benefit of the podcasters.
Marco's holding up a hat that says Nikon Webcam Utility version 1.0.0.
It's a pirate hat.
I use my Nikon camera and it would go bad and turn off. That's what came on the screen. So Marco made
and it has a skull and crossbones with a Rob Fuzz wig doing Rob Fuzz with that hand.
I know, I didn't even put that together. That's so funny. That is so sad. I never put that together. But
come on, Rob. I spent hours making.
I know. It's awesome. I apologize, but all right, Rob Fuzz, take us out of here. Yeah, that's a long explanation, Adam, but thank you for getting us up there. So all right, let's get out of here, guys. Here's Rob Fuzz saying goodbye. So.
Well, thanks for watching this brand new Rob Fuzz podcast. Thanks for listening. If you're listening, thanks for watching. Oh, stereo horns, you really are spoiling us. Oh, and more. They're getting closer. Right, so everybody, thanks for watching. Join us again very soon on, well, I was going to say on YouTube, but whichever platform you're watching us on, join us again very soon. Or listening. Well, whatever you're listening or watching on, join us, won't you? That sounded like Adam the Woo. So apologies. That wasn't intentional. No copyright intended. So thanks, everybody, and we'll see or hear from you again soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.